Imagine waking up one morning to find your home, your neighborhood, your entire country slowly disappearing beneath the waves. For 500,000 people in the Maldives, this isn't science fiction. It's a very real threat. But what if instead of fighting against nature, we could work with it? What if the same ocean currents threatening to wash away these paradise islands could actually be harnessed to build new land? Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating engineering challenges of our time: how innovative scientists are literally growing islands using nothing but ocean currents and some strategically placed bags. It sounds almost too simple to be true, but this groundbreaking approach could save an entire nation from becoming the first climate refugees of the modern era. The Maldives is a breathtaking archipelago of coral atolls that resembles delicate chalk outlines when viewed from space. But don't let this fragile appearance fool you. These islands represent nature's architectural marvel, built over hundreds of thousands of years as coral grew toward the surface along an ancient submerged mountain range. What makes these islands truly remarkable isn't just their beauty that attracts millions of tourists each year. It's their dynamic nature. The very existence of these 1,000-plus islands depends on a constant dance between ocean currents and coral sand. These currents can dramatically reshape the landscape, building new sandbanks or erasing them within weeks. As the world's lowest-lying nation, with most land barely a meter above sea level, the Maldivian people face an existential crisis. More than 90% of their islands are experiencing severe erosion, and climate change projections suggest much of the country could become uninhabitable by mid-century if nothing changes. But rather than accepting defeat, innovative minds are turning to the very forces threatening these islands, the ocean currents themselves, and asking, what if we could redirect nature's power to save this paradise? The Maldives faces a double threat that's accelerating at an alarming pace. Rising sea levels are the obvious danger. Even modest projections show catastrophic impacts for a nation where 80% of the land sits less than 1 meter above sea level. But equally concerning is the erosion crisis already ravaging these islands. The natural sand cycles that maintained these islands for millennia are being disrupted by changing climate patterns and human development. When sand is washed away faster than it can accumulate, islands literally shrink before residents' eyes. Traditional homes once safely inland now face crashing waves. Even tourist resorts spend millions annually to maintain their idyllic beaches. Without intervention, the Maldives faces not just environmental damage but economic collapse and forced migration of hundreds of thousands of people. This isn't a distant crisis, minds, it's unfolding right now, with communities already losing critical infrastructure and agricultural land to the advancing sea. Since the 1990s, dredging has been the go-to solution for the Maldives' erosion problems. Massive boats equipped with powerful pumps vacuum sand from the seabed and spray it onto disappearing beaches, or to build entirely new islands. This method offers immediate results and complete control over island design, crucial for a growing population and expanding tourism industry. But dredging comes with devastating environmental costs. It creates underwater dead zones where marine ecosystems are stripped bare. Plumes of sediment choke coral reefs, blocking sunlight and suffocating marine life. The process essentially sacrifices long-term ecological health for short-term land stability. With coral reefs already struggling due to rising ocean temperatures, this additional stress threatens the very ecosystems that created and protect these islands. Last year, these concerns led the government to temporarily ban dredging entirely. The Maldives' predicament became clear: they needed land to survive. But traditional methods were destroying the natural systems that formed the islands in the first place. Enter the Growing Islands Project, an ambitious collaboration between MIT's Self-Assembly Lab and Maldives-based climate tech company 𝐬𝐿. Instead of fighting against natural forces, they're using them to their advantage. After years of experimentation, they've developed structures that capture sand carried by ocean currents, essentially letting nature do the heavy lifting. Their centerpiece innovation is the ramp ring disc, a simple but ingenious system consisting of 6 tough geotextile bladders, arranged in a circular formation spanning 90 meters across the 𝐬𝐵𝐿𝐵 lagoon. Unlike traditional barriers that merely block sand movement, these submerged structures are designed to trap passing sediment, gradually building up new landforms. Since 2017, the team has conducted 10 different experiments, testing various materials and designs, From inflatable structures to mesh nets, the ramp ring represents their most ambitious deployment yet, addressing previous limitations and scaling up the technology for real-world application. It's not just theoretical MOT, it's showing promising results in actual ocean conditions. The science behind the ramp ring is deceptively simple yet elegant. The geotextile bladders are strategically positioned underwater to intercept sand carried by natural ocean currents. As water carrying suspended sediment encounters these structures, its flow is disrupted, causing the sand to settle and accumulate against the bladders. What makes the ramp ring revolutionary is its omnidirectional design. Previous experiments could only capture sand from one direction, meaning they were effective only during certain monsoon seasons. The circular arrangement of the ramp ring allows it to capture sand regardless of current direction, working year-round rather than sitting dormant for months. Within just 2 months of deployment in December 2024, underwater images showed sand climbing approximately 1.5 meters up each structure, meters visible proof of the concept's effectiveness. The technology requires no electricity, no machinery, and minimal maintenance. It's passive engineering at its finest, letting gravity, waves, and currents do the work of island building. The early results from the ramp ring deployment have exceeded expectations. In just 2 months, substantial sand accumulation demonstrated the technology's promise, not just for beach replenishment, but for creating entirely new landforms over time. This approach offers something dredging cannot match: sustainability. Once installed, these structures continue working indefinitely, building land gradually but consistently. The technology could transform coastal management across the Maldives and potentially worldwide. Beyond protecting existing islands, it opens possibilities for strategically growing new land in locations where it's most beneficial, near vulnerable communities or critical infrastructure. The team is now developing Littoral, a predictive coastal intelligence platform that functions like a global health monitoring system for sediment transport. This tool would allow governments and developers to identify not just where erosion is currently happening, but where it will occur in the future, enabling proactive placement of ramp rings before beaches disappear. The technology represents a paradigm shift from reactive to preventative coastal management. Unlike destructive dredging practices, the Growing Islands approach works in harmony with natural processes rather than disrupting them. There are no noisy machines, no sediment plumes choking reef systems, and no dead zones left behind. The structures themselves become habitats for marine life, functioning somewhat like artificial reefs. By capturing sand that would otherwise be lost to deeper waters, the technology helps maintain the delicate balance of these island ecosystems. As climate change intensifies, traditional engineering solutions are becoming increasingly unsustainable, both environmentally and economically. The ramp ring offers a lower-cost, lower-impact alternative that can be deployed widely without specialized equipment. For the Maldives, which relies heavily on tourism centered around pristine beaches and vibrant coral reefs, this approach helps protect both their land and their economic future. By preserving marine ecosystems while building land, the technology addresses both immediate needs and long-term sustainability. It represents an approach to climate adaptation that works with nature rather than against it. The battle for the Maldives' future isn't just about saving tropical paradise. It's about pioneering solutions that coastal communities worldwide will need in the coming decades. The Growing Islands project shows us what's possible when we innovate with nature instead of against it. If you found this approach fascinating, I encourage you to dive deeper. Visit the links in the description to learn more about the MIT Self-Assembly Lab and Invina's groundbreaking work. Share this video to spread awareness about sustainable alternatives to destructive coastal engineering practices. Are you an engineer, environmentalist, or simply someone passionate about finding creative solutions to climate challenges? Comment below with your thoughts on this technology or other innovative approaches you've encountered. And if you're planning a trip to the Maldives, consider supporting resorts and businesses committed to sustainable coastal management. Your tourism dollars can help fund the very solutions keeping these islands above water. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos exploring how cutting-edge technology and intelligent design are tackling our planet's most pressing challenges. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most powerful solutions come not from fighting nature, but from letting it do what it does best.